r/the10thDentist. Nessa Rice says, I believe YouTube is right for enforcing people to not use ad blockers. Lately I noticed many people getting mad at YouTube for the new anti-ad block policies. I'm fine with it. Let me be clear, I myself use ad block a lot and pirate software whenever I can. However, I also think YouTube is fully justified in enforcing anti-ad block. The reason is that I know ads is how YouTube and content creators make money. I also think that if I own any sort of business that makes money through ads, I would not want people to use ad block. The odd thing is I use ad block a lot and would continue to try blocking ads on YouTube for as long as I can. Based on my moral views, I technically am being selfish. I guess the crux of my argument is I don't see YouTube as being evil or greedy for not allowing ad blockers. Kill Williver says, YouTube is fully justified in enforcing anti-ad block maybe, but they are sure as frick not justified giving us 2 to 3 ads per video. Sith Lord and Savior says, 10-minute video. 2 pre-roll, 1 in the middle, 1 at the end, autoplay into the next video. There's a sponsor thing 1.5 minutes into the video and a 45-second patron credit reel at the end. Lee ILL says, ad block plus sponsor block is the perfect YouTube combo for that matter. Electric Soap 1 says, I pretty much only use ad block when a site has such a ridiculous amount of ads that the website slows down considerably. Ordinary Magician _ says, so about 90% of the internet. Jarvis _ Strife says, has anyone found any good blogs, news sites, articles that don't have an ad after every paragraph? The reading experience on these websites is atrocious. I can't help but Google my query Reddit all the time now. r/the10thDentist. King Cosmic Brownie 13 says, I love sitting in porta potties. I prefer clean porta potties, so it's not a piss/scat fetish or mayo. But just knowing you're sitting outside, taking a leak, or dropping a fat bomb after leaving that sketchy food cart is therapeutic. I've sat in porta potties for close to 30 minutes. It's a world away from the world feeling. You hear skill saws, nail guns, loud machinery and people yelling/talking, but it feels like you're alone. I love it. I'll scroll through Reddit and Facebook. Maybe watch some TikToks. Just enjoying a little break from working, or just to kill some time. It's miserable in the summer, but during the fall, winter, and early spring, they feel wonderful. I've sat in porta potties during winter, just to get out the cold for a little bit. I have no regrets. Absaline says, respectfully, WTF. Nala Spectre says, the best things in life are free. Future of Vegetable 8322 says, the it's not a piss or scat fetish part is oddly specific. Almost seems suspicious lol. What Caloris Water says, I actually do understand the logic and reasoning for this, but the actual experience of sitting in a porta potty is so wildly enjoyable that I have to hate. PS, how are you managing to sit in a porta potty for so long? The ones I've used are always at tailgates or busy events where there's a long line waiting to use them. Vivid Union 1878 says, porta potties are 4K holding at 6 AM during festivals. Nativa Masol says, of course you like them if they're your excuse to take a 30-minute break. Get back to work, ya lazy ass. Closeted Trans Woman 1 says, seek help. r/the10thDentist. Radio Knife says, you literally can't even find a 10th dentist opinion in YouTube comments. Slightly meta, but I'm sorry for posting it in this sub if it doesn't fully fit the normal style, just seems relevant. This is just something I noticed over the years. Every video on it sorts their recent comments in a way you only see the good/supportive to the op comments. I'd see a video with one viewpoint, all the comments agree, even if you search deeply. It's just yes men all the way down. I'd search the alternative viewpoint, and all the comments are like yeah I agree so and so. So if so many people disagree with the original post, why can't you find them on the actual original post? This is made worse by them removing the built-in dislike function, or at least. See how many dislikes vs likes a video has? You can still add dislikes back with browser extensions, so then you have to look up the alternative viewpoint, and then that's even an echo chamber of people agreeing with the alt video. You never see both in the same place, it's just constant agreement to the opus. But I think it's fixed that way on purpose. Basically, why is YouTube an extreme echo chamber now? Is what I'm asking. Cause you can never ever find a reply on YouTube that criticizes or disagrees with the video maker. At all. It's kinda weird and scary. Then creators think they like a god and get progressively full of themselves cause everyone agrees. It's stupid. YouTube needs a sort by controversial. Ayushp says. You can seek comments with higher replies to likes ratio for controversial opinions. More comments may not always mean controversial, but vice versa is mostly true. In a way, it is good that, rather than having a negative number of likes shown which leads to dislike bandwagons, like on Reddit, you have to reply to a comment to disagree and express a coherent opinion. Transtudo says. People recognize that, if they make a comment counter to the original statement, they are going to get bombarded by comments defending the take. It goes to a point where a lot of people don't feel like dealing with that and just don't post. Talbachi says. Because most people will not stick around to even finish the video, let alone leave a comment. Ago_idea 9705 says. Most of the disagreements that I've seen are in the replies of certain comments. YouTube threads being a single line, and the lack of markers that indicate which is replying to which makes reading messy for long comment threads though. Syncopationist says. Have to downvote cause I agree. I always leave after reading like 10 comments. It's either bots or human NPCs, you barely can't tell anymore, commenting the most predictable, obvious, and pseudo-intellectual shit over and over. Like bruh. r/the10thDentist. Al_Mudina says. If the effects of light pollution didn't exist, people would be a lot nicer to each other. If for some reason light on Earth behaved in a way that didn't obstruct our view of the night sky, everyone would have the constant nightly reminder that everything we have here on our pinprick of a planet is a construct that we've devised to keep ourselves from going mad. We would stop taking ourselves so seriously all the time, in a good way. For me, at least, a clear view of all those stars, galaxies, nebulae, etc. would reinforce our puniness. If anything, it makes me want to cooperate with my fellow passengers to make our collective stay on spaceship Earth as pleasant as possible. Corny as it sounds. Dungeon_master_lucky says. I personally don't think this would work because people in rural communities where the stars are more visible are conch s2. Unpowletsa Reddit says. Living in a rural area filled with conch s, I agree. Archangel0198 says. Absolutely, I remember Genghis Khan famously saying something similar back then, laughing and enjoying the company of his fellow humans. Appropriate_ad_1412 says. Bro watches too much Joe Rogan. Grooverheim says. If it didn't work for 4,000 plus years of human history, it ain't about to work now. Difficult, Tension says. I saw the full night sky over on my aunt-in-law's ranch. It was beautiful. You could see the satellites move. I'm still a huge asshole. Angry_queef_master says, homie, I don't even know what the current phase of the moon is, and I love the night sky. You greatly overestimate how much the average person looks up at the sky. r/the10thDentist. No Communication 5976 says, if I ever get a terminal diagnosis that still lets me exercise, I'm blasting steroids. If I'm about to die, I'm not spending that time in chemotherapy or the hospital, because I know I'm gonna die. I'm spending that time blasting gear and going to the gym until I'm bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. That's it. I just think most people don't do that, but I would. I want the last pictures of me to be massive. Major Wooly says, you are going to die. Why not exercise now? No Communication 5976 says, I've been doing MMA for 4 years and lifting weights for 3. I mean, if I'm guaranteed gonna die, I'm just gonna start doing stuff that's bad for my health. Notomethoexplain_ says, that's not what the post is though. They're not saying they'll start exercising. They're saying they'll start doing dumb shit while exercising. I'm kinda the same too. If I get terminally ill with guaranteed death, but can still exercise, I'm gonna add hard drugs to my already existent workout plan. I wanna see how much I can bench on crack cocaine. IB Rian Ham Hock says, not really how steroids work. Getting big even on gear takes years. You'll be dead by then, lol. Also, by a long shot, most people do not have the genetics to get that large, no matter what they are taking. Idiot 616 says, why do you think this post fits the sub? Are you lost? That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.